Hey YouTube, Sandra Expeditions here. Welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to do another video in real time. I wanted to talk about my New Year's resolutions. I haven't done a video like this in probably like 2-3 years. So I say real time because I've been posting throwbacks. Like, I've realized that I should probably start labeling my videos archives, real time, because real time is literally me probably like right now, and I've been posting a lot of videos from, like, for example, Medellin was literally a whole year ago, and a lot of videos that I'm going to be posting after Medellin was probably from several months ago to a year ago. So it gets really hard because since I travel so much, I end up recording a lot of stuff, and then I end up being like multiple countries behind, you know. Like, for example, I'm going on another trip soon. I'm going to Brazil again, so it's crazy because after Medellin I went to Guatemala, then Mexico, then Guadeloupe, and then Brazil, but none of those videos have been posted. And then now, you know, a whole year later, I'm doing another trip to Brazil, and I'm just like, I'm not really trying to confuse anyone. So anyways, today I wanted to just talk about my New Year's resolutions. You know, like the things that I'm looking forward to now that I've moved back to New York. And yeah, you know, my new life out here, back in the city that I was born and bred, to, you know, the Jamaicans. I'm trying to like hit the flag right there. Yeah, to Jamaican parents. But yeah, so I'm gonna go over my resolutions, and I have about 7 listed here. And I know it's February. Well, today's like February 2nd or 3rd. Yeah, so I'm posting the video tomorrow. So yeah. Alright, number 1 thing is that I'm currently trying to lose weight. So when I was traveling last year up until April, I was traveling for like 5 months, like, you know, digital nomad thing. And also like the year before I had a injury. So I went from like being super fit to, you know, pretty overweight. I feel like, you know, I've maintained, I'm 5'2", so I should be in like the 120s, but you know, I think when I came back from travels, I weighed myself, I was like 143. And I think for the last few months I've been recomping a little bit, but it's been really hard to lose weight, you know. So right now I'm on alternate day fast because that's the best way for me to lose weight, you know. So I did that like early 2019, and this is the second time I'm doing it again. And so I still have another 10 or 15 pounds to lose. I think when I weighed myself last Sunday, I was 136 pounds. And so I'm trying to get to 120. And then I'll probably like bulk back up to like 125, 120, like bulk cut until, you know, I can look like my girl Kiki. Yeah, so as long as I'm in the 120 range, that's fine. Also languages. So I mentioned Brazil earlier, and it's kind of sad that I never really got to tell you guys like the language that I had started a while back, but I'd honestly stopped studying it anyway because, so Portuguese, I was studying for like honestly 2 months, and I got pretty conversationally fluent, especially because I was in Brazil. Yeah, for at least 3 weeks of that. But I had to stop it because I took my C1 exam again, and that's another story. I had to do my C1 Spanish exam. And then also French. I'm going to do a 2-year update on French, but I'm pretty fluent in French, like pretty fluent. So in another month marks, in a month and a week or 2 would mark 2 years of French. And je parlais français très bien. Je parlais beaucoup. Je vais à un cours de français chaque semaine. avec des autres étudiantes. Et j'ai commencé ces cours il y a un mois, mais normalement j'ai fait quelques cours avec différents profs en ligne, avec Verbling, italki et autres choses aussi. Et l'année passée, je suis allée en France. En fait, je suis allée au Guadeloupe pour faire un cours là-bas. Et aussi, je suis allée au Brésil pour habiter avec un prof de français là-bas. Et c'était une bonne expérience pour moi parce que j'ai pu pratiquer avec tout le monde. Et, oui. Et ici à New York, il y a beaucoup de gens qui parlent français couramment. Mais oui, je pense que c'est bon parce que finalement, j'ai pu parler couramment avec beaucoup de personnes et je peux parler de toutes les choses, de tous les thèmes. Mais maintenant, je fais un cours expert ici à New York. Mais I'm going to do another video about like the specifics of how I study French. But yeah, just a little bit. Eu falo um pouco de português, mas eu tenho que estudar muito porque eu parei o idioma por um ano e depois tem um mês eu comecei o português outra vez, por isso eu não falo muito bom. Mas ontem não, 2 dias, tem 2 dias eu fazer uma aula de samba com uma mulher do Indonésia, mas ela morou no São Paulo por muitos anos e agora ela mora no Nova York. Oh my gosh, ela é uma professora de samba. También hablo español muy bien, con fluidez. De hecho, es mi más fuerte idioma. Entonces, creo que yo puedo decir que sí hablo español y voy a hacer un video totalmente en español de cualquier tema. Hey y'all, sorry, cuando estuve hablando en español, my camera shut off. Actually, my battery got full. But anyways, so yeah, so basically for Portuguese, I need to speak Portuguese, or I want to speak Portuguese fluentemente. I want to speak it fluently, which should be pretty easy. Yeah. Oh, is my camera? Sorry. Yeah, so that's my goal. Also, it's pretty close to Spanish, so I think I'll be fine with separating the 2 languages. Also, my French, I want to speak my French more perfectly, and then Spanish. Desafortunadamente, so I took my C1 again, and I didn't pass it. Like, it sucks because I was really there, you know. I had examinators being like, yo, you're ready, like you're gonna pass this. They were examining my essays and everything like that, but I lost by 5 points. So I decided I'm gonna give it a 3rd try. But the first try, I had told everyone, didn't really count because I was just doing it just to see what it was like, so I didn't really prepare for the first one. So this is really my 2nd try. Yeah, so I'm excited, and you know, next year I want to do like the real languages, you know, because Portuguese is kind of a little easy, and I need a new challenge, so I really wanted to learn. So there's Ethiopian Amharic, but I'm not sure. I might learn a little bit of that this year because I'm going to Ethiopia with my friend and her family, so you know, I'm gonna have to learn some Amharic before then. But regardless, like Russian and Japanese, those are my 2 next languages that I want to learn. Yeah, so I'm saving those for next year. Anyways, so then the 3rd thing, I'm not trying to do a long resolutions list. The 3rd thing is I want to do a lot of, so we had 1 was weight loss, 2 was languages, 3 for my resolutions is to date more and explore more of, you know, the dating world, my sexuality and that sort of thing, because you know, I am single and I do want to be in a relationship. I do want to get more experiences, especially because, you know, basically my whole 20s, I didn't really date at all. I think I went on my first date when I was 26, and that was during the pandemic. So that was my first date, and the pandemic dating was not where it should be. And I actually lost my virginity at 28, TMI, but so that was like 2 years ago, a year and a half ago or whatever. So I feel like I just haven't really dated people. My whole 20s is just a lot of things, you know, career, travel. I have a ton of hobbies, and I have a ton of friends. So that was pretty much my whole 20s, was just hanging out with friends. I've always been like, my whole 20s was always been like, you know, let's go have fun, let's hang out, let's travel. But like dating wasn't really a priority or a strong interest. I feel like if you want to, you know, if I wanted to date, I could have, you know, done better at that, but it wasn't a priority. Yeah. What else? So also I would say Vipassana meditation. I put to enlightenment, but I want to get better at, so I did a 10-day silence retreat last year for Vipassana meditation, and it was one of the most incredible experiences ever. And then I did a 3-day retreat like a month ago. You know, it's like the refresher course, and then every once in a while I'll do like a 1-day, you know, meditation sit, and you know, it's basically the meditation of the Buddha. And honestly, it's really like changed my life, you know, for the better, or just like added to my already amazing life that I have. So I really felt like, and honestly, you know, I think I had mentioned in the past video what got me into meditation was, well, I was always into meditation since high school. No, since middle school. Because my parents were always into like, you know, self-help and, you know, spirituality, and, you know, we're Christian. But like, even my grandma, like the churches were always like spirituality, Christianity. So it was always like completely normal. So I've been meditating literally since middle school. But it wasn't until that retreat that it was next level. And honestly, another thing that brought me to it was because I had mentioned in another video that like I have chronic pain, you know, like when I was 25, I had a really bad year, worst year of my life, you know. So because of that experience, you know, with that chronic issue, the next year, like 2020, beginning of 2020, like I had a really bad anxiety attack, which set off like other physical like chronic pain issues. And so I wanted to heal myself from that, and like literally since 2020, March 2020, all the way up until now, I've been like a consistent meditator, but nowhere near where I want to be. Like I see things in myself and I'm like, I've always been a person where I feel like, oh, I need to reach this like perfection or something like that, like this ideal, you know, human, like this self-mastery. That's always been my goal since I was literally a child. And I thought I was going to be there by 25. I always had the goal that, oh, I'm going to speak 7 languages by 25. I know I'm going to master myself by 25. I'm going to know everything by 25. But, you know, now I'm 30, and yeah, I still have like a lot of self-improvement. But because I set my goals high, I was able to come like at least partially way. So I really want to, my goal at the end of the year is to at least be consistently meditating 2 hours a day, like and just be deeper, like have a really deep, strong foundation in Vipassana meditation, which I'll do a separate video about that. I think my next video is going to be about that because it was insane. Yeah. So number 4 was Vipassana. Number 5 was my hobbies. So I got really into chess since last year. Literally like really into chess. I'm in all the chess spots all over the city. New York is the best place for that, and I've met so many cool people. I go to so many cool chess events, and I'm not that good. I'm not even good. I'm just better than a regular person, only because, you know, when you practice something you get better. But I don't really like to use the online stuff. That's why I'm not good, because I'm a very social person. Like I have to be around people, but I don't like to do the online stuff. Even though my career is online, I'm a software engineer, so obviously I have to. That's my work. But like everything outside of work, I try to do with other people for literally almost everything. which also includes why I studied in French. So I started taking like in-person French classes like a month ago, because I got tired of doing online French classes and I wanted to meet people. And also Latin dance. I really want to get into bachata. Me and my friends went out bachata and salsa dancing last week, and merengue dancing, and you know, I was killing it on the dance floor because, you know, Colombia taught me well. Pole dancing is like my dream. I've been trying to get really good at pole dancing. I have 2 friends who are pole dancers, and they're both engineers, and they're insane. Like, they're insanely good. And I want to get really good at pole. YouTube, I want to post more on YouTube. Bartending, I literally have a whole bar set up, and just bottles, and you know, I have my own laminated menus because I like to host at my apartment. You know, like 2 nights ago I had friends over dancing samba. You know, I had a samba teacher here, and then, you know, I've thrown parties with like, you know, almost 20 people here in my apartment, and I like to just host and make different cocktails. And I want to be a bartender on the side. I've thought about like getting a second job here in the city, but I just don't really have the time. But one of my family members was like, oh, you know, like I'll call you for a gig if I'm like, because they're a caterer, or yeah, they're a caterer. So they were like, oh, I'll call you for a gig and you can bartend one of my events, you know. And I just want to do it just because I like doing it, and I like meeting people and talking to people. And just like, I love serving people, honestly. Like, when people come to my place, they're like, oh my gosh, you're such a great host, and da 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 da. And I'm like, they're like, oh no, you don't have to. And I'm just like, no, like, this is literally what I love to do. Like, I love taking care of people. So yeah, I love bartending. I think it's really cool, even though I don't drink like that. Like, I only drink when there's people. Even when my friends were here like 2 nights ago, all right, well, I just didn't feel good, that's why I didn't drink. But I honestly probably drink like once every 2 weeks, honestly, or maybe wine. All right, and I want to read more. Like, I want to read. I put 2 books a month. So I just finished my social media challenge of not being on social media for 2 whole years. It was insane, and now I'm literally obsessed. Now that I'm back on social media, I've literally wasted hours. It's like I've been taught nothing. I literally wasted hours on YouTube. Hours. Oh shoot, I gotta go to the gym after this video. Hours on YouTube, on Instagram. I think I'm gonna need to take another break. I'm thinking maybe I'll just like every other week not use social media, or just after I post a video just shut off social media, or after I do a post. But there's been benefits. Like, I've reconnected with so many friends now that they see me on social media again. Like not my closest friends, because they're people I talk to, but like friends from college. They're like, oh shoot, yo, you're back in New York, that's crazy, like let's link up. And so there's really one of my old friends from college. She literally lived 2 blocks away from me, and I had no idea, because I just posted on my Instagram that, you know, like, oh, like my neighborhood, and they were like, oh shoot, like we're in the neighborhood. And then my other friend, I have another friend who also lives like a train ride away, and it's just like, I don't know, I just love being back in the city, and just reconnecting with old folks, old people. Yeah. Wait, how did I get to that? Did I talk about how I wanted to read? Anyways, I want to read more. I want to read 2 books a month. 2 books a month. Also, number 6 is, oh gosh, for some reason I just can't avoid not making long videos. Number 6 is, I want to get better in my career. I just feel like, you know, I'm just not the best in my career, and it's not because I can't be the best. It's just that I feel like I'm a little bit too laid back. And when I say career, like, I'm not really like a person who's career ambitious. I'm more just like, I feel like in the work that you do, this is my philosophy, in the work that you do, no matter what you do, you should do your best at it. So even if I was a janitor, I want to be like the best janitor ever that there was, you know. So as like a software developer, software engineer, I want to be like, in my 9 to 5 that I show up, I don't want to just be like distracted and just giving it like half, and like not, just because I can get away with like not putting in effort, you know, like that messes up with my self-esteem, because I feel like, you know, at the end of the day, I'm like, yo, what did you do? Like, you literally didn't do well. And that really kind of hurts me, because I know what I'm capable of. So when I say better in my career, I just want to align my work with my own personal integrity and not do shortcuts. Like, I just want to do a good job, and I want to make my team, you know, more reliant on me. Yeah, I want to be reliable. And yeah, I have a really great team, great culture, great company. So it's not really anything to complain about. It's all about me. Everything wrong with my job will probably be, I could honestly just fix with just my own work ethic. And then 7, finally the end. I want to maintain my relationships and host more often. Yeah, so I have a lot of different friendships around the world, around the country, and yeah, and like, you know, here in New York. And it gets overwhelming because I have a lot of my close friends that I see almost every day, and then I have like people who I consider my best friends, but I can't see them every day, but they're like in different parts of the country or world. Or, you know, they're in medical school with a baby and a husband. So it's like, or it's just, you know, other friends, you know, that I left back in Seattle. Or, you know, even weak ties from college. Or it just, I've always been the person who's, you know, like the person who keeps everyone in contact and communicating, and, you know, like always keeps in contact. I've always made sure never to let my network die, like, you know, since college, because I just didn't have friends in high school and middle school. So friendship means a lot to me. So I try to like be a good friend and show up. And so I'm always just trying to think, okay, how can I be a better friend? And, you know, what can I do to maintain this relationship and that sort of thing. Yeah. And then also hosting more, because obviously I feel like if I host more, did I talk enough about dating? I feel like if I host more, I can meet more people. You know, in the last few months, I tried to make it my mission to make more guy friends. So that was working. Actually, they weren't, all these dudes didn't even start out as guy friends. They just ended up having partners that I didn't know about initially. And then I was like, wow, you're in a relationship. You should have started with this from the beginning. But how about, like, let's just be friends and you introduce me to your friends or whatever. Anyways, but yeah, I feel like if I throw more mixers, I can meet new faces and new people. So yeah. Anyways, I think that's it for now. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this year. I probably should have meditated before this video, but I just feel kind of neutral, honestly. Like, I don't really want to have crazy expectations. I just prefer to just live day by day. And yeah, I feel like, I don't know, I was thinking about this the other day, like I don't really have any, the only really big thing is just that, like, I want a partner. That's like the only thing that I could think of. Like, I want a partner and I want more experience, you know, experience. So those are like the only things that I feel like, because I honestly feel like I've done a lot, you know, in my life. Like, I feel like I've done a lot. I've been through some interesting, you know, some sad times. I feel like when you go through like a chronic illness or something like that, it kind of like life like really like impacts you in a certain type of way. But then at the same time, I was already like that, so then it just like multiplied it. Yeah, so I feel like I'm here at 30 and I'm just like, okay, what else is there to do? Because I kind of did almost everything. Well, actually I didn't. Oh shoot, here's the big one that I want to do. I want to do a lot of volunteering. I've been volunteering a lot recently, but I want to volunteer more with, well, I used to do a lot of homeless outreach. I want to do a lot of old people. There's a huge epidemic of old, lonely people. And, you know, I was like, the other day I was doing like Meals on Heels or whatever. And then I reached out to this other local community and I was like, yo, I want to like build a relationship with like old people in the city. So I signed up for that program. So I'll be like, you know, meeting up with older people and stuff like that. Yeah. And then also, you know, my passion is cybersecurity. So that's like the only like cybersecurity, volunteering, dating. Yeah. Yep. All right. Anyways, y'all, I did not want to make this long video. I'm so sorry. Anyways, I wish you all the best.